What do you think is going to be the biggest challenge for you personally, moving from that sort of that financial background into and stepping up into that role of CEO?
It's a lot of nights I've spent in the run up to this thinking that exact same thing. I think anyone who says they don't worry about things like that, or they don't think they ever suffer from imposter syndrome, that's a thing. And someone, my mentor, actually said to me, people who suffer with imposter syndrome is because you're pushing your boundaries. If you never suffer from it, then you're not pushing your boundaries. So first thing that I feel I knew that I would bring to the role is good governance. And that's, you do see a lot of CFOs or FDs eventually move to MD or CEO positions, and I think that gives the company a good grounding. You're quite a safe bet from that perspective. Outside of that, I'd like to think I'm not a stereotypical finance person. As I've developed my career, I've realised you need to bring numbers to life. You have to have a personality. You need to be able to talk to people in the business in a non-financial way, which I feel that over the years I've got a lot better at. So the big thing for me that was the concern was we had a very intelligent, very technically backed MD before that was in the business for 31 years. I was worrying how customers, our staff would, take to a different approach, of someone with a financial background rather than a technical background. I feel it's been wholly positive. I'm not technical, so I have to listen to people, and I think that's quite empowering. And I've seen that, in people in the business where I'm going to them and I just listen. I might not have all the answers, but they have the answers, and then they need to convince me this is the way we need to go. So it's been a really good experience from that perspective. We're in a great place on a great trajectory, great journey we've got ahead of us, which I'm sure we'll come on to at some point.